to Austin's beloved Perry Logan in Utah. Welcome to Utah. You catch me by surprise. Welcome to Austin's beloved Perry Logan in Utah. Welcome to Utah. My fellow Republicans, Perry has asked me to tell you, you are now in Utah. My fellow Republicans, this is your former president welcoming you to Utah. Apparently, the Democrats decided we can't be trusted. For some reason, the Democrats decided that we winners can't be house-broken. We can't be house-broken. And they have airlifted all the cool people out of Utah. Believe it or not, there were actually a lot of cool people in Utah. They airlifted them out, is what I'm saying. And we now have our own country. We all fit in Utah. Isn't this nice to see? Utah is the only red state left. We're going to ship the Republicans to Utah because they can't be trusted. And now, Austin's beloved Perry Logan in Utah.
Welcome to Utah, your new home. Welcome, Republicans, to Utah, your new home. We're giving you your own country, all right? Utah! Hello, Republicans. Welcome to Utah. Hello, Republicans. You are now in Utah, where you have been herded because you cannot be trusted. You are now welcome to do things the right-wing way. Welcome to Utah, Republicans. This is your own country, where you are welcome to do things your own way. You will be dead in weeks. Goodbye. You will be dead in weeks. Goodbye.
Welcome to Utah, Republicans. You will be dead in weeks. Goodbye. You will be dead in weeks. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. It's April 17th, 2008, and you're watching Utah. What about Utah? Well, a recent survey, a recent poll revealed that Utah is the only red state left. Mr. Logan is savoring the fact that the only red state left is Utah. that's the surveys, thanks to the devastating effect of the George W. Bush presidency. Thanks to the mind-blowingly devastating effect. Okay, funny and sad at the same time. I mean, it would be funny if people weren't getting killed. Our Republican brothers and sisters would be a lot funnier if there wasn't blood on their hands. Yeah, it would be a whole lot funnier. But still, at a kind of a cosmic level, it is kind of funny. I think that it is kind of funny that the very fact of the right getting into control in America is what has led to their downfall.
There is a God! Oh, thank you, God!
Yeah, well, I think that would be kind of a proof of God. You see, proof of the existence of God is proof of the Perry Logan apothegm that the worst thing that can happen to Republicans is what?
Getting into power!
Yes!
Getting into power! Getting into power! Getting into power!
The worst thing that can happen to Republicans is getting into power, as you have so wonderfully said. Hey, the worst possible thing, read my lips. The worst possible thing that can happen to Republicans. Well, let's hear it.
Getting into power! Getting into power! Getting into power! Getting into power!
Well, it's an irony, isn't it, But the devastating effects of George W. Bush's presidency,
The devastating effects of the George W. Bush presidency.
Hey, people say to me, Perry, what do you think of John McCain, the probable Republican candidate for president? Well, I find it impossible to hate John McCain. But the thing about John McCain that I think is essential is that he embodies the fall of the extreme right in America. Mr. Logan is gloating over his conclusion that John McCain represents the fall of the extreme right in America. John McCain symbolizes the fall of the extreme right in America. Thank you. Well, people ask me what I think of John McCain. Well, he was once a hero. He was once a hero. But the really important thing you need to understand is that while they will fall behind him as best they can and they will try to get him to do what they want, the neocons are through. John McCain symbolizes that the neocons are through. Well, destroyed, at least for the nonce, by dint of getting into power. Don't forget what I say. It is what I like to say, and we're kind of savoring it right now. We are savoring the bittersweet truth that the worst thing that can happen to the extreme right is to get into power, because it happens every time. People hate it. People hate right-wing policies. Go figure. What are right-wing policies? Well, they are the policies that people hate. Pretty much one-to-one. Hi everybody, this is the Buddha. Hi, this is the Buddha. Hey, chill everybody, this is the Buddha. I think what Perry is trying to lay down, I think that Perry in his own kind of pussyfooting way is trying to lay down the concept that we need to, airlift the cool people out of Utah. Airlift the cool people out of Utah, of whom there are many. Airlift the cool people out of Utah. I'm really sorry. But as Perry is trying to say, the Republicans are a public health problem. We've got to ship them to Utah. Utah, you are watching Utah, which is going to be the right's own country. Check it out. The right will have their own country. Utah, 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 Utah.
Hello, Republicans, and welcome to Utah. You are in Utah, and you know why. Hello, welcome to Utah, Republicans, the only red state left.
And so, you see, in case you haven't been briefed, what the Democrats need to do when they take over again, when the will of the people is answered and all the Republican tricks finally fail, and when all the endless list, you gotta kind of admire that endless list of Republican tricks, but let's face it, they had everything going for them and they still got humiliated in 2006. I can't tell you how that hurts. The Republicans with all those advantages, remember their advantages, all the money, the gerrymandered districts, the funny voting machines, all those advantages, they were in power. Much of our tax money went into getting Republicans reelected. You know, the Bush guys, the government entities under Bush have devoted themselves completely to promoting the Republicans. What an advantage. They had this incredible advantage. You know how crooked the Justice Department is, do you know? Do you know? Well, right now the crooked, incredibly corrupt and crooked Justice Department is prosecuting Democrats at a proportion of 6-1 to Republicans. Yeah, it's pretty much basically you can lose your job going after the Republicans. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, you can lose your job in this corrupt Justice Department. And you can be pretty sure that if a Democrat has so much as sneezed the wrong way, if a Democratic politician, particularly a promising one or a threatening one, oh, I don't know, sneezes through the wrong pipe, they'll go to jail. It has actually happened, of course. You know, it's so crooked. The war between left and right, you see, has gotten so intense that what finally happened after that, what would have to be called a botched fascist takeover, come on. If you were paying attention in the years 2000 to 2006, you know that what you were seeing was a botched fascist takeover. Hey, I would cite a book by Naomi Wolf. Yeah, a righteous book by a righteous author named Naomi Wolf, The End of America. And it is about like the 10 steps to fascism. And what do you want to know? There are like 10 steps that any fascist takes to get control of a country to end democracy. There are 10 steps, is what I'm saying. This is from Naomi Wolf, from The End of America. There are these 10 kind of like inevitable, by-the-book steps that a fascist government, or would-be fascist government takes, and what do you know? The Bush administration has done all 10. They have done all 10, and probably more. Oh, you know, it was nothing more nor less than a botched fascist takeover. Now you say that.
Botched fascist takeover. Now say it. Botched fascist takeover. The Bush administration was nothing more nor less than a botched fascist takeover. Ah!
Is anyone having trouble following this show? I, for one, am having trouble following this show. We are now going to review the show so far, okay? now return to Austin's beloved Perry, Logan, in
Utah! 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 Utah!
Who's for shipping all Republicans to Utah where they will quickly die? I'm for shipping Republicans to Utah. Okay, I am for airlifting the cool people, the many cool people in Utah out. Sorry, but this is a public health thing. My main point was it's a public health problem. The Republicans are no longer a political party. They're a bloody public health problem. That's all there is to it. That's why they're going to have to live in Utah. They can go to Utah. Okay, we airlift the cool people out of Utah, put the Republicans there, all of them. So we can have health care. So we can get out of Iraq. And so we can, not have Republicans kind of feeding, kind of like dividing up the public trust, like dividing up the public wealth. That's what Republicans do now. They blame foreigners and liberals. Meanwhile, they kind of like divide up everything, take everything, okay? And we're in serious trouble now. So, we wouldn't be in trouble if it weren't for these people. That's what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. It's totally their fault. You can look at the Clinton record if you don't believe it. The economy was much stronger. The economy was infinitely stronger. Everything was going well. Income was going up at all levels. We had the longest sustained economic growth in U.S. history. All kinds of cool things. And now, Austin's beloved Perry Logan sings Utah.
Utah, where the sun is shining and everyone's happy. Welcome, Republicans, to Utah, where you have been exiled because you screwed everything up and you can't be trusted. Welcome to Utah, Republicans, where you are will soon die.
Conservatism is blaming foreigners and liberals for everything. Heck, that's why they overplayed their hand. They really overplayed their hand with the result. Okay, this brings us back to Utah. I know you thought you were never going to get back to Utah. But what happens, you see, is that they screwed up so badly that it was really just totally a fascist takeover. I mean, it was a really, really kind of Keystone Cops, okay? The neocons are to the fascists as the Keystone Cops are to real cops, okay? Wait, that's a good one. That's a good one. The neocons are pretty much the Keystone Cops of the political world. Now, it's not funny that people get hurt. I'm not trying to say that, I'm guaranteed to be right on this, but all I'm saying is that, if you take away all I'm saying is if you take away a Nazi's guts and brains, you have a neocon. But you see, they're so incompetent. They ended up being just like so just mind-bogglingly incompetent. You want incompetent? Listen to this. Hello, Republicans. Welcome to Utah, where you have been exiled for your infinite and endless screw-ups. There's Iraq Gate, Iran Gate, Osama Gate, Attorney Gate, Torture Memo Gate, Abu Ghraib Gate, CIA Torture Tapes Gate, Road Gate, Scooter Gate, Plane Gate, Reed Gate, Abraham Gate, Iraq Reconstruction Looting Gate, Undermining 9/11 Commission Gate, Data Mining and Threatening Phone Company Gate, Hurricane Katrina Gate, Gutted FDA and Tainted Foods Gate, Stretching Military Dangerously Thin Gate, Global Warming Denial Gate, Air at Ground Zero Gate, Contempt of Congress Gate, Cheney Face Shoot Gate, Fake Reporters Gate, Signing Statements Gate, Adding Critics to the No-Fly List Gate, Blackwater Gate, Fund Jamming Gate, Cheney Energy Task Force Gate, Subprime Mortgages Gate, Second Great Depression Gate, Stolen Election Gate, Bernie Carrot Gate, Lead Lace Toys Gate, Dubai Ports Deal Gate, Terry Schiavo Gate, Hillbilly Honor Gate, Medicare Farmer Giveaway Gate, War Crimes Gate, War Crimes Gate, I said a War Crimes Gate, and a War Crimes Gate, Pat Tillman Gate, Deficit Gate, Habeas Corpus Gate, Botched Fascist Takeover Gate. Welcome to Utah, Republicans, where you have been exiled because of all those gates and more. Now back to Perry.
How's that for incompetent?
All right? And so that's what brings us back to Utah. The only red state left after all that was Utah. In case you haven't caught up on future history, first I would like to say, welcome to all our Republican brothers and sisters. Welcome to Utah. Because that's your country now. You see, the Democrats realizing that the Republicans were just not to be housebroken. Mr. Logan is graphically illustrating his point that Republicans are not to be housebroken. We finally realized Republicans you can't trust them.
Gather around, my children, and you will hear the future history of America.
Once they got back into power by popular demand in 2008, the Democrats realized they could no longer trust the Republican. You cannot trust the Republican. My children, never trust the Republican. Say it with me. Never trust the Republican. Never trust the Republican. Never trust the Republican. Never trust the Republican. Oh, what they realized that Republicans, you can't get along with them. They are going to cheat, they're going to rig the game and screw it up for everybody again. And this time, they have done so much damage. We are all worried, aren't we? We are just dead, totally worried. The Democrats are only human, right? The Democrats are only human. But you see, all the problems we have are the ones that only the Democrats can solve. Don't you realize the things we need to work on are global warming, the soon-to-implode economy, the horrible war, which must be ended as soon as possible, and the prosecution of all Republican officials. The prosecution of all Republican officials who must be regarded as traitors. It really kind of cheeses me that there's even an election going on. Yeah.
This is God. Do you love Logan? I said, do you love Logan? This is God. I said, reminding you, this is God reminding you, vote Democratic or go to hell. That's right, this is God reminding you that if you don't vote Democratic in 2008, you are a traitor. You are a traitor. I'm here to remind you. Perry keeps forgetting to remind you that if you vote Republican in 2008, you are a traitor. You're going to Utah, baby. We are sending the Republicans like a lost tribe to Utah. Go back to Perry.
Hey, isn't it bad enough that they let our wounded vets lie around in their own urine? Now think about this. Let's go to a parallel universe for just a moment. Whoa! Hey, whoa! We are in a parallel universe where we were not able to beat the Republican hack in 2006. All I'm pointing out is that in this parallel universe where the Republicans retain control of Congress, our wounded vets, our wounded vets would still be lying around in their own urine. And no one would know, now would they? Okay, that's why we are in Utah now. That's why, this is my modest proposal, kind of like my modest proposal of the week, if you will, is that, oh, come on now, we cannot trust the right ever again. No, come on now, we cannot trust the Republicans ever again. We must ship them all to Utah and give them their own country. What do you say? Mr. Logan is dancing a sprightly jig in celebration of the fact that we are going to ship all those Republicans to Utah where they will quickly die.